being fired, and it follows last week's violence which left 44 people dead. This forced the mine to shut down all its operations in South Africa. The workers are demanding that their salaries be increased to 12,500 rand a month. It's believed that scores of mine workers have begun to regroup at the infamous Rocky Hill, where their colleagues were killed. Mine Workers Union, AMCU, says that Lonmin's ultimatum indicates that the company only cares about profits. Now, women in business and government say that economic conditions still remain harsh for women, and as the country commemorates Women's Month, they say that it's time that all policies aimed at empowering women are implemented. The women were speaking at the New Age Business Briefing yesterday in Sandton.
We are now finalizing the Women Empowerment and Gender Equality Bill, and will be in Cabinet and Parliament this year. We've got laws that are set up in terms of empowering women. So it's, from a government perspective and a policy perspective, all the enablers are in place. The rest now is for us as business and us as society to actually make this happen.
If you look at the BEE policies, it doesn't matter whether we are looking at senior management, employment equity, and all of those other pieces of legislation. There would be a specific target that would be set aside for women empowerment. So I would say in all of the targets, is still a long way to go for us as a country.
Time now to take a look at your indicators, starting with your currencies. The rand was steady against major currencies yesterday, despite the fallout of Lonmin's Marikana mine shooting incident, still hanging on the rand's performance. Now, the JSE gave up early gains to end slightly lower in a trading day marked by more losses for miners, Harmony and Lonmin. The all share then down to 0.21% to 35,471. European shares, well, they fell on Monday, dragged down by banks as the European Central Bank and Germany's finance ministry deflated optimism over the ECB's plans to contain the Eurozone debt crisis. The FTSE down to 5,824, the DAX 7,034, and the CAC 40 in France, the CAC 40 3481 is where it closed. Across the Atlantic, US stocks came back from earlier losses to end mostly flat in another thin session on Monday, but still remained around 4-year highs, lifted by gains in the techs. Apple hit an all-time high, with the iPhone maker now becoming the biggest stock ever. That's the most valuable company on the planet. The Dow Jones down to 13,272, S&P 500 1,418, 3,076. Asian shares this morning, well, they're flat amid uncertainty over the ECB and its plans. Germany, as I said, stalling some of those issues there. So whilst we see the Nikkei down to 9170, it is pretty much flat. The Hang Seng up to 20,121 and the Kospi 1,955. Let's take a quick look at your commodities now. Oil is steady with all eyes on Europe and the Eurozone debt crisis. Gold is also steady, and platinum has started to ease a little bit after reaching a 2-month high because of those supply disruptions at Lonmin mine. All right, so those are your prices there, and that's your business news for now. At 7:10, we'll be taking a closer look at infrastructure spend across the continent. Are there opportunities for South African businesses on the continent? I'll be talking to Hubert Danso a little bit later on. Right now, though, let's get into the world of sport, and I can tell you, I could not watch the closing